After a few months off, it's back to work for the USA women's national team. The reigning Women's World Cup champions get ready to take on Olympic champs, Germany.
4 of the best teams in the world face off against one another in the United States in a cup that transcends both rivalry and results to inspire those watching to believe in something greater than themselves.
U.S. is on the board. Shot. Press with a goal. 7-0 U.S.
This is the She Believes Cup. United States versus Germany. Next on FS1.
This is the She Believes Cup pregame show sponsored by AT&T. Tonight, from just outside of Philadelphia, the USA gets ready to take on Germany from Talon Energy Stadium in Chester, Pennsylvania. The first game for each of these teams in the She Believes Cup. Welcome, everyone, to our coverage here on Fox with Ali Wagner and JP Delacamera. For the USA, Ali, one of their key words is experiment, and we'll see some of that experimentation in their starting 11.
Yeah, experimentation and looking for answers. And the first answer she has to resolve is that goalkeeper position. Nair gets the nod tonight. She's going to stick with that back three, and then look at Carly Lloyd's placement. All Ellis wants is her sitting below that German back line, playmaking out of that seam. And up top, Lynn Williams, Kristen Press, see how their partnership works and if they can pull apart that back line of Germany. And Germany's in just their 6th game under their manager, Stephanie Jones. In goal, Schultz gets a start. But key in on number 10, Mara Jean. She's one of the best players in the world and will pull the strings for this team. And then up top, a UCF grad, Peterman, is going to start along mid-tag, and they are going to be able to see what they can do against a 3-back.
According to the latest FIFA rankings, these are the top 2 teams in the world. The USA is number 1, Germany is number 2. Come back with us for the kickoff. Welcome back, everyone, to the She Believes Cup. Moments away from the kickoff between the USA and Germany. And moments ago, Jenny Taft caught up with USA head coach Jill Ellis.
Well, Jill, quite the way to start 2017, facing the 2nd-ranked team in the world, but still your first match of the year. What are the expectations tonight?
Well, our players are very hungry, so, I told them in the locker room, just trust their passing game. We spent a lot of time on working on just keeping the ball and making sure we're productive on the field, so I just want them to enjoy it. I mean, I think it's, it's a new look, and we're trying to come out and obviously play and be challenged by this amazing team we're playing.
All right, best of luck. Thank you.
Underway from Talon Energy Stadium in Chester, Pennsylvania, it's Germany attacking left to right in the green uniforms. USA in their new bold red uniforms going right to left. I heard what Jill Ellis said. Ali, what are your expectations?
I think she's right on about testing this group and seeing what they can do. They're going to absolutely be hungry, but this is a side that hasn't faced this talented German team in a 3-back yet, and I think they're perhaps going to be exposed at times, and that's what she wants.
Play to the back. 5 is Babette Peter for Germany. Marchand played it back to Peter. All the way back to goal. Almut Schultz, now Germany's number 1 goalkeeper. Took over as the number 1 during the Olympics. Has been a long time backup with Germany. Broken up by the U.S. Can they make their move quickly to Lloyd? And now it's pushed forward by Williams. Press, try to cut it back. That's a corner. First one for the U.S. See how the U.S. does, Ali, with speed of play. They haven't played since November. Same with Germany.
I don't think speed of play ever concerns me with the U.S. They're always in that fast tempo, and I don't expect anything different today.
Tobin Heath, U.S. Soccer Female Player of the Year this past year. Finally starting to get the credit she deserves for the way she's playing. Pushing it across off the chest, and then Marchand will clear. She's trying to find Mitong. Intercepted by the U.S. Long for Lloyd. Brought it down. Tries to go forward and then went down. Does not get the call. Caroline Chenard, the Canadian referee. Lloyd is working on patience this year. We'll see how that works for her. There's an injury now to for Germany. Looks like Mittag 11. Moments before the kickoff, got an award for her, this being her 150th cap. No way to avoid that collision. Mittag has become the 4th German to reach 150. Terrific player. Has scored 49 goals for her country.
And she's someone who had to rediscover her passion for the game. She actually left the German league, went abroad to Sweden, and was reinvigorated, and that's when she came back to this German team. She was left off of that 2011 World Cup roster and really started to imprint herself, and she's been a mainstay.
Ball was given back to Germany. It's Josephine Henning, who plays for Lyon, club teammate of USA's Alex Morgan. He is not in tonight's starting 11, but available on the subs bench. You can use up to 6 subs in this tournament. You missed the first game, France, on literally the last play of the game, the last kick of the ball, beat England 2-1. Intended for Peterman, that's cut off. Pushed forward by Long. And now it's deflected. Now, last touch by the USA. It's a throw-in for Germany.
We talk about how the U.S. is in their transition exploratory phase, but so is this German team. This is just their 6th game under their new manager, Steffi Jones, and we're not entirely sure what she's trying to imprint on this group yet.
She hasn't lost yet either.
Hasn't lost, but they've conceded 5 goals in their last 3 matches, which is atypical for a German side that's very organized defensively.
Un-German-like in Euro 2017 qualifying. 8-0-0, did not concede a single goal. To the feet of Kristen Press, that's not close enough. Schultz will take over. See how the U.S. does with the 2 forwards in Williams and Press, and how they work together or not.
Well, I think it's a big opportunity because we know what Williams has done in the NWSL, being the Golden Boot winner last year.
She and Lloyd helped to win that ball for the U.S. But no harm done. It's back to Schultz.
But she hasn't been tested at this level. And today is going to tell Jill Ellis a lot about where she can compete in this international game and how she handles the #2 team in the world.
It's the biggest test for this U.S. team since they faced Sweden as they made their exit from the Olympics.
And I think you kind of alluded to it as well with Kristen Press up top. Kristen Press is one of those players that's been very successful against maybe not the top teams in the world and has struggled at times against some of the top 10 teams. And so tonight is going to be an opportunity because she's been great as of late, and we're going to see if she can bring it.
Mittag played it across to Pop, so it's good to see Mittag didn't have to leave for injury. Debritz moving it to the left. Koshowski was dispossessed, but it'll be a throw-in for Germany. Marchand. She'll pull the strings. She's their captain. Captain of her club and country. Peterman. Marchand. Tricky with the ball. Good on the ball. Peterman. All the way back into the German half.
And you can see how organized the U.S. was in that play right there. They want to keep their lines tight vertically and horizontally because Germany wants to flood the center of the park with numbers.
Meyer will push it across. Marchand. Koshowski cutting inside. Koshowski in the shot. High and wide of Alyssa Nair, but a good opportunity for the Germans who got wide.
The Germans are one of the best teams in the world when they get around in that flank space and serve the box. It's no coincidence that they forced 2 own goals in the Olympics. 2 of their 14 goals were own goals, and that's because they get around the edge and they cause havoc in the center of the park when they serve the box.
Casey Short's pass was picked off. Pop drops it back. Peter. Koshowski. Peter. For Peterman, that's blocked. Williams stretched but couldn't get to it. All the way back to Helmut Schultz. 8th minute, 0s on the board. France looking on here. We mentioned that at the last kick of the game, they get the win over England, 2-1, and England had scored first in that game. That's who the USA plays next, England, on Saturday at Red Bull Arena.
And that's a good statement for France, because one of the knocks on that team is they have all the talent in the world but can't get results. Well, they pulled one out in the last minute.
They didn't win nor score a goal last year in the SheBelieves Cup, so they're already off to a much better start. Allie Long, Becky Sauerbrunn. 5th straight game, Allie, with 3 in the back. And these are pretty much the 3.
And really, perhaps the first real challenge, however, is tonight.
Long, converted attacking player. He's also played as a holding midfielder for this team.
And I asked her what she's been doing to learn about that center back position outside of training, because they've just got together a week ago or so. And she said, you know, when I'm not with the team, I'm studying Busquets. He plays, you know, that holding mid for Barcelona, but he pulls into that back line and play makes out of there. She's been playing with the Dynamo, the youth team, the U18 boy team. So she's doing a lot of work outside of what Jill Ellis sees when she's with her compatriots.
Marchand. Switched by Henning. Germany will keep it in play in the wing. Bad ball there, turned over. Press, leads it. Williams for Lloyd. Needed a better touch, it was deflected out. Lloyd was open.
And that's where Carly Lloyd is at her best, in and around that 18. But it's just the tight pressure that the U.S. was putting on Germany, and a bad giveaway in a dangerous area. And usually the U.S. capitalized on those moments.
After this tournament, Carly's off to play for Manchester City. Then says she'll come back to the NWSL. It's blocked by Schultz. Second USA corner. And Heath will take another.
And this is just a ball that pops right out. A gift to Dunn. Tries to lace it near post there, but Schultz has it covered.
Tillman Heath put it back into play. 3 Olympics under her belt for Tillman Heath. Played up toward the middle. Lloyd in the air. That's over the bar.
And you can just see the footwork of Schultz. She's a good shot stopper, one of those goalkeepers that is good coming off her line and on those air balls. And her criticism has been for footwork, but it looked decent there.
Dunn. Williams. Lloyd. Germany will take over. Marchand. It's headed by Meyer to the right. Blessa. Good job to keep that ball in play. Heath recovering. Short is there. Pressured by Peterman. Cleared out. Germany's ball. Meyer. Big switch. Krzyzewski. From distance. Davids, the shot! Off the fingertips of Alyssa Nair. Corner. Germany there first.
Such a good buildup by Germany, just switching the ball out to that left flank there. Wide open is the left back, Krzyzewski, and she finds DeBrit sitting in a nice seam, who has no pressure. Why not have a go? But Nair covers it very well.
Marichand's corner, headed up into the outstretched arms of Nair. Roll to the right, U.S. looking for Dunn, that's blocked. That was a quick turnover. Germany could have another opportunity. Krzyzewski blocked in front. Long does well to settle that and move it out. Heath. Lloyd. Short. Long for the USA. 13th minute, zeros on the scoreboard. USA and Germany, top two teams in the world.
And you can see Germany's been dangerous already when they get their outside backs forward. That is when they're very potent. They like to switch the point of attack and get down those flanks. And that's something that the U.S. hasn't faced since the Olympics.
We have Jenny Taft on the sideline. Jenny, what are you seeing? What are you hearing?
Well, the message right now I'm hearing from Jill Ellis, she pulled Kristen Press aside. She told her to relay the message to Carly Lloyd that she needs to jump up a little bit. She said she's playing a little bit too defensively, wants her to get into the action. And JP, earlier you mentioned all about that patience for Carly Lloyd. Another bit to that, she needs to trust her teammates that they'll find her.
Press trying to go forward. Both Carly and Jill Ellis said that they were both on the same page with that this season, this year. Dunn. Krzyzewski wouldn't let it through, even with Dunn's quick bursting speed.
Well, I don't think it's a secret that Carly Lloyd is best in and around the 18. So Jill Ellis has made it clear, don't float back. Stay high, stay in front of that back line of Germany. Look for your shot, look to play make out of that seam. Wait for the ball.
A long throw in is intended for Mewis. Morgan Bryan to the outside. Bryan, the cross. There's Lynn Williams up for that. Blessa. Good find Mittag. Short sends it over the top, but Schultz is there.
Nice ball driven in by Bryan, making that run out of midfield.
Back for Schultz. Germany might have a slight advantage, Ali, in the sense that they're 12 games into their season back home, and all but 3 players are playing there. A lot of these U.S. players have not played really since November.
No, and they're not going to necessarily be 90-minute fit the way some of these German players are going to be. And I think you're also going to see a difference in and around the 18, where that sharpness comes after being played in.
Another long ball towards Press. She'll get to it at the end line. Trying to make that nice move, and Henning knocked it out.
And very good cover there by Henning, because these are 2 new center backs for Germany. Both Bartusiak and Kron retired. And you're going to get a chance to isolate them 1v1 as these outside backs for Germany get forward.
A corner for Tobin Heath. Third one, first one from this side. Heath sending it out, edge of the box, cleared by Marchand. Mittag. Gabrits with a follow-up. Krzyzewski, 17 in the green of Germany. Marchand. They bottled her up, ball is stripped. Williams from Dunn, knocked away by Henning.
And I don't mind that look to Williams, but again, the flank spaces were on. Krzyzewski, the left back, had gone forward, the turnover was forced, and the U.S. could have exploited that space that she had just vacated.
Sauerbrunn will take this throw-in. Spent the last 4 years with FC Kansas City in the NWSL. 3-time defender of the year in that league. And that ball goes out.
And that's poor organization on that throw-in. If you're going to throw it to Muse's head, there were no runners moving off of her.
Got 3 things to watch for us tonight?
Absolutely, and transition is always important in the game of soccer, but especially tonight, because both these teams like to go at each other, will leave themselves open and vulnerable on the counter. For the U.S., they've got to hit those gaps that the outside backs vacate. For Germany, it's about breaking that initial press of the U.S., whether it's through quick play or long passes. and then get at those center backs, those new center backs for Germany. And for Germany, use your strength. Your strength is getting around the edge and serving the box. Take that all day long.
Up for Peterman. Bodies collide, foul in the U.S. on Sauerbrunn. They'll try to go wide again, Germany. Blessa on the right. And Heath does well defending. It'll be a USA throw-in.
And you know Germany's not finding Marushon enough because the ball has not been on this right side. And Marushon is so good at just changing the point of attack and pulling the strings, as you said earlier, JP. They've got to get her the ball more so she can spray it around the park.
Sauerbrunn. Pushed all the way back. Alley long. Sauerbrunn. Press. Try to leave it off for Mewis. Press. Taken away. Babbitt Peter. Stripped her of the ball. Bitok. Meyer. Look at the work rate from Tobin Heath. And now short. Block. Heath is still there, defending against Peterman. Lost in the middle. Morgan Bryan's pass to Lloyd, deflected away. Marushon. Still has it, leaves it. Dabrits. Krzyzewski. Left it for Marushon. Pop. It's blocked. Cleared away by Dunn, but intercepted. Krzyzewski. Played out wide by Bitok, and now the cross coming in. Deflected. Blessa. In line. And Nair will come up with it.
And one of the questions I had coming in was, what was this team going to look like under Steffi Jones? And I'm already seeing more fluidity in the attack. While they look like they're in a 4-4-2 defensively, they look like they're getting into a 4-3-3. Players coming out of midfield, getting on that front line offensively. And that's not something that we've seen out of Germany of old. They're usually very rigid in their system.
Alley long. Short. Germany will pick up in their pressure. Williams deflected out. Belongs to the U.S. Anything surprise you, Allie, in the first 20?
I think perhaps the lack of patience from the United States. I know they always want to play that up-tempo style, but knowing when to slow it down and when to speed it up is something that I know they've been working on, and I would like to see a little bit more of.
Sauerbrunn. Mewis. Germany's not giving the U.S. much space here. Williams blocked. Blessa. Marushon. Lloyd was after her, the two number 10s. David's up the middle, blocked by Mewis. Early ball. Idea is good. Can Press catch up to it? She does. Press waits for help. Williams makes a run. So does Dunn. And that's going to be deflected out. It's another USA corner.
And that's so good by Press there. Talk about those center backs, pulling them out. She goes 1v1, earns her team the corner. And that's one of those transition moments when the U.S. is at its best. You saw when Germany sat back and you said they're keeping it tight, they were having a hard time solving it. When things break down is when the U.S. likes to explode, uncoil.
Another Heath corner. And that in swinger. Not much on that one. Long it up for it. SheBelieves Cup Coming up, more coverage on Fox this Saturday at 5 Eastern. Carly Lloyd, the U.S. women's national team, taking on rival England. SheBelieves Cup action, USA versus England. It's Saturday, only on Fox. The look was for Mintog. She'll end up with the ball. Gave it away to Morgan Bryant in the middle. Heath is now on that right side for the first time, and Dunn has come over to the left. Try to give the Germans a different look.
Absolutely, but I would think you'd want to keep Dunn on that other side because Kershowski's been getting caught up, and Dunn is someone who can expose that space in behind. Tobin Heath doesn't have necessarily the pace of Dunn. So I'm not entirely sure, unless that was just in the flow of play.
Press on the left. Pulling it back. Finds Dunn. Crystal Dunn, a bending ball, but didn't have enough on it in the end. Schultz has it.
Nice little gap for Dunn to sit in there, and I like this. We've seen Crystal Dunn score from that exact angle. I believe it was in last year's SheBelieves Cup against England.
Dunn now playing for Chelsea. After spending the last 2 years with the Washington Spirit of the NWSL. Peterman. Mintog. Bending ball wide. No one made that run. Out for a goal kick for Lissonaire. Steffi Jones, only her 6th game in charge of Germany. For more on Steffi, here's Jenny.
And JP, she has high expectations for her team. She recently spoke to FIFA.com about her philosophy. She said, we're not looking at the Americans or the French. They should want to measure themselves against us. That is the kind of team I want to have. We need to have that self-confidence because my players, they're some of the best in the world, and they need to believe that.
She was a good player, Allie. A World Cup, a couple of Olympics, 111 caps for Germany.
She was. I played against her, actually. She was absolutely a good player, but I find that comment surprising because why would these players not be confident? Why would they not think they are the best in the world? They're ranked #2. They just won the Olympics.
It's Germany, right?
It's Germany. I find that a bit surprising. Confidence has never been something I thought they lacked.
Carly Lloyd was just over by the coaching staff for a pretty decent amount of time.
And I would be willing to venture that conversation sounded something again like stay high, stop coming back for that ball. We need you in that gap in front of that back line of Germany.
That conversation was going on while the ball was still in play. Scoreless here in the 26th minute. USA versus Germany. USA with the ball in red. It's long. Casey Short. Crystal Dunn.
We've talked about Marchand a lot. She's been on the ball in the past 15 minutes or so, but Lewis and Bryant haven't seen a lot of it at all.
Press. Knocked out by Kershowski. Throw in US. Press and Heath from the sideline. Picked off. Marchand. Stepping up and winning it, clearing it. Solid run and upfield for Williams, too far. Good distribution by Schultz. Henning. Blessa. Meyer back for Blessa. Blocked. Look at the pressure by Germany.
So good right now, just being tied in with numbers and making it difficult for the U.S. to play out. Someone from the U.S. needs to make some runs behind that back line and just loosen this up a bit. Whether that's Press or Williams, both are very capable of it.
U.S. did well not to give up that ball there. So many passes in those tight spaces could easily have been given away. Lloyd left it off. U.S. Maybe a lot of these giveaways for both teams are because they haven't played as a team since November.
Well, technically, you'd think Germany would be sharp being in the middle of their season, but having just arrived to the U.S. on Monday, jet lag could be a part of that.
Morgan Bryant pushing it back. Alley long. U.S.
Such a good gap from U.S. to receive that ball in. She just has to be quicker with it.
Schultz off her line. Will get to it before Williams.
And part of this for the U.S. is about that confidence. Jill said it in the pregame, the confidence to play under pressure in tight spaces and trust their passing. And I think that last spell of possession for the U.S. showed that they're growing in confidence in this half.
Lessa. Debritz. Krzyzewski. Couple of step overs against Heath. The two number 17s in that battle. Turned over. Here's Lloyd. Up for press. Turning it in traffic. Taken away. Bryan. Back for long. 29th minute. USA and Germany are scoreless.
And in that turnover that the U.S. won, the space to exploit again was in those vacated outside back pockets that Germany's leaving vulnerable. But neither Press nor Williams are making runs into those channels.
Intended for Williams. The space is there, but not for long.
It's not, and sometimes they're just baiting you into that pass.
Lloyd and Marchand, two of the world's greats. Lloyd won that battle, slows it down. Lloyd still has it, looks for Dunn. Leonie Meyer. Back to Schultz. Knocked away by Bryan, but Marchand picks it up. Gave a goal in the last Olympics. The Germans won their first Olympic gold medal. Blessa. Casey Short, well done. Got him free to Dunn, and that's going to be knocked out.
Good defending there by Casey Short, and I like that she was composed, trying to connect and play out of it.
5th consecutive game for Short as a starter, and although she's played a little bit at left midfield, most of her time has been spent as that left back in a back three.
And I think that's where her role will be for this team going forward.
Meyer. Mittag. Blessa. Dunn won it. Williams, Lloyd. Lloyd fights to win it back. Good hustle by Williams. Off Dunn. Bumping into Pop, who recovers for Germany. Henning.
It's so tight for both these teams right now. You need your center midfielders to get their head up, get on the ball, and switch the point of attack. Just relieve some of this immediate pressure from both sides.
Peter will play it back to Schultz. David Peter's played in 3 World Cups for Germany. Still only 28. Krzyzewski is run down by Sauerbrunn. It's going to go out. Belongs to Germany. Thrown into Mittag. Driven in, the run made, but it's caught by Alyssa Nair. First time in nearly a decade, Allie, that number one goalkeeping position for the USA is unknown. You have Nair, you have Harris. This is the 11th game for Nair. Harris has played in 11, and there's at least 3 other candidates for that number one job.
Right, and you know, Ellis has said that she's committed to giving both Nair and Harris a lot of games, because that was something they didn't get when Hope Solo was in the picture. And now that she's not, I appreciate the fact that Ellis is going to give them a shot, but still keep that door open, because it's anyone's out there for the taking. There's still 2 years to the next world event for this U.S. team.
Hope Solo has been their number one goalkeeper really since 2008. For more on Alyssa Nair, here's Jenny.
Well, you guys mentioned, right, that Jill wants Alyssa to get these reps because these are the kind of quality opponents, and Harris as well, that they have not seen. You've mentioned that, but what Jill has been most impressed with from Nair recently is in the last couple years, her presence on the field. She said she really has an ability to make smart decisions. She reads the game well, and the one thing she just lacks is getting those caps, getting that experience, and really owning her position.
She's only given up 2 goals, Allie, in her 10 starts, but this is a quality opponent. No disrespect to the other teams that she and others have faced, but last 2 games against Romania, then they played Switzerland, Netherlands, Thailand. This is Germany. This has a lot more meaning than those last 6 games.
Absolutely does, because you're going to be exposed in ways that you otherwise wouldn't against those opponents. But I think more than that, it's going to give you confidence. If you can come out and have a strong game, you have that now under your belt going forward. And when you think about the top goalkeepers in the world and when they're at their best, it's largely because of confidence and reps.
And not just Germany. USA has England next, then France, and England will be desperate for a win because they lost game 1. Marashon, broken up. Morgan Bryant kept it on the deck for Lloyd. Wide for Williams with the pace to catch up to it. Lynn Williams with a cross. Settled by Brian Lloyd. Blocked. Done. Blocked as well. And German's clear. Set back upfield. Williams. Too high for press. Goal kick.
That's a promising attack from the U.S., exactly as they would script it, with Morgan Bryant winning a turnover in midfield. And Carly Lloyd, I was watching her movement. She was just staying patient, receives that ball in that seam, and then the nice little outside of the foot pass into Williams' path, making that inside-out run into that outside-back channel. It's perfect.
U.S. getting to it with press. Heath. That's wide of the target. Goal kick again for Schultz.
You asked me if anything was surprising me, and at this point, I am surprised at the lack of opportunities that we've seen from both these sides. While I didn't know if the finishing would necessarily be there, I think more opportunities to be created.
Dabrits plays it back. All the way back to Schultz from Krzyzewski. Cleared by Dunn. Throw in for Anna Blasa. Hoffmeyer. And then again off Crystal Dunn. 37th minute, scoreless. USA versus Germany. Top 2 teams in the world. Powerguard, press. That's better from the U.S. until that final ball. Albert Schultz put it back into play, the former Hamburg goalkeeper. Morgan Bryant Portland Timbers, Minnesota United on Friday on FS1. Atlanta United versus New York Red Bulls. 7 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, also on FS1. So MLS returns, and returns in a big way. We'll see the two expansion teams, both curiously named United, Atlanta and Minnesota. Big weekend as Major League Soccer returns.
How about Atlanta United with 30,000 season ticket sales already?
Fantastic. U.S. will come up with it with Mewis. Intercepted, Marchand. It was a faded ball, Marchand. Right there.
And the U.S. is doing a nice job of just keeping everything in front by way of Germany's attack. Marchand just picks this ball up, and she's not afraid to shoot from outside. She's got a great shot, puts it on that left, but definitely not enough on that one to even test Nair. She's such a good player. She's one of those players that I love watching because she's calm, she's composed on the ball, and she's got the range of pass. She has the ability to score herself.
Mewis. We're still done. So that switch was deliberately made. It was not where those players might have been before, because Dunn has stayed on the left and Heath has stayed right.
And I don't know if it's changed the game much at all. Again, I don't think either side is really putting together quality attacks and pulling apart the back line of the opposition. Right now, like I said, Germany's keeping everything in front in their attack. They're not getting around the edge. I don't see anything dynamic out of their front runners. And for the U.S., there's a lot of movement up top with their front runners, but not a lot of production. The service into them hasn't been right. The timing's been off.
Sauerbrunn sends it the other way. Germany tries to get it back. Mewis. Short. Forced back. Long. Back for Nair. There's that German pressure again.
And that's really one of the first times they've actually pressed past kind of that 75 mark on the field.
Debritz. Back in Germany territory. Schultz. Too far for Pop. Germany comes into this unbeaten in their last 8. The last 5 under the leadership of Steffi Jones. Replaced Sylvia Neid, who had been on the Germany sideline for over a decade. Very successful manager, now involved in the German Federation. Carly Lloyd on the left. Defended by Debritz, blocked. Referee, I thought, was allowing play to continue. That's a late whistle, but she does have the foul.
And this is really created from an inside-out run by Carly Lloyd, getting down the flank, serving the box perhaps a bit impatiently right here. Should be lead Williams with that, and just a heavy challenge. I don't know if there's much there. Looks like she gets the ball first.
Lloyd can score from this distance. She's 23 yards away. 5 in the wall for Germany. Lloyd with a strike, and it's deflected. But there was a whistle before it. Maybe an encroachment, yes. On Kershofsky, who is booked.
And now Schultz has a look at what Lloyd is trying to do. It'll be interesting to see if Lloyd changes it up. She opts to go with power here, tries to drive that far post.
So Lloyd will try it again. Same spot. The captain is ready. The shot sails over Schultz.
Tries to have the same go at it. Just rises up on her.
96 goals for Carly. It's interesting, right? They're asking her to do less to produce more, right?
Sounds like a gig I want.
Yeah, me too. Sign me up.
But that's what Carly's best at for this team. She burst onto the stage when you think about it in the 2015 World Cup when they kept her higher on the pitch and she was in and around that box. And she won World Player of the Year 2 times in a row because of it.
Krzyzewski. It's blocked and cleared, but a foul on the U.S. Nearing the end of the first half. USA and Germany with zeros on the scoreboard.
And Germany's so good at set pieces. I keep talking about this game thinking it was going to be rather open. It hasn't been as open as I anticipated, but you can never forget set pieces when it comes to a U.S.-German matchup. Usually a deciding factor.
Marchand. Looks like she'll be the one to take it. Meyer left it for her. Marchand. U.S. won the first ball and the second. Williams. Couldn't get up the wing. Did get the ball through, though. Morgan Bryant. And that's against the U.S.
When we talk about Jill Ellis looking for answers, not necessarily about wanting to win this game, but looking for answers. And I think you go into the locker room after this first half not gaining a lot of information. I don't think we've seen a ton from U.S. I don't think we've seen a ton from Williams. I think Casey Short perhaps has been the only one that has been in situations to show what she can do at this level.
Pop leaves it. Marchand looks long. Left there, Peterman. Good job defensively by Sauerbrunn. Had to win that ball, and did. Now Dunn and Heath again have switched sides.
Well, that's the type of flexibility that she wants out of this group.
Press. U.S. Dunn makes that run. Defended by Peter. And the assistant referee was overruled. It's a goal kick.
Good run and beautiful ball by U.S. out of midfield on that one. I think the center backs from Germany have been largely up to the task tonight.
It's going to do it. First half has come to a close between the top two teams in the world. USA ranked #1, Germany #2. Neither team could produce a goal. We're at halftime here from Talent Energy Stadium in Chester, Pennsylvania. Come back with us. Scoreless at the half.